Hi everyone, how are you all doing today?
Hi.
This is my son Joshua, and he is going to be helping me with my vlog today. We are going to be making some Valentine cookies. So come on along, it's going to be a fun adventure. So the ingredients that you're going to need are half a cup of butter or margarine. And Joshua is helping. Half a cup of shortening. 1 cup of white sugar. 1 egg. 1½ teaspoons of almond extract. Very good, Josh. 1 teaspoon of vanilla. 2½ cups of flour. 1 teaspoon of salt. And half a teaspoon of red food coloring. And we have it in the box here. Can you get that out? Gosh, it can be tricky sometimes. Okay. And just, yep, right there. And we also have other food coloring in here as well, in case we want other colors besides the red, just for fun. And of course, we have these really nice cookie cutters. We have a big one here. And then, Josh, you want to show them the small one?
Yep.
Okay. And we have a nice small one. Yep, that's a nice one too. And of course, you'll need your rolling pin for this recipe. So, we can now get started. Joshua is putting in the shortening.
I'm going to need another spoon.
Okay, we'll get another spoon. So we have the shortening there, the margarine, the sugar, and the egg. And Joshua is assisting. And Josh, you're doing a great job.
Thank you.
We've made this recipe before, and it's a really, really good recipe. Now Joshua's working with the margarine. We can use red food coloring for this recipe, or we can add a whole bunch of different colors. Because it's a festive time, eggs can be tricky, Josh.
Yeah.
But you did a good job.
Thank you.
So our next step is the almond extract. And we need, I'm just looking down at my recipe book here. We need 1½ teaspoons of almond extract. Do you want to hold the spoon, Josh?
Yep.
Okay. Just hold it up like that. Okay, you got her.
All right.
Use my right hand here. Good. And then just pour that in. Great. So we need another ½ teaspoon.
All right.
You want to pour that in? Okay, good. And the next thing we need is 1 teaspoon of vanilla. And here's the vanilla. Watch, there we go. I didn't want to pour too much in there. But we got just the right amount, didn't we, Josh?
Yep.
The next thing that you need is 1 teaspoon of salt. And I'm just putting a little bit of salt in Joshua's spoon here. I'm going to hold up your spoon a little bit. You got her. Good job. Okay, you can put that in. Good, Josh. So the last thing that goes in, besides the food coloring, is the flour. And I'm just going to hold the bowl up. There we go. And Joshua is going to stir what's in this bowl. And Joshua is doing a very good job. And I'm really glad that he wanted to help me this morning to make Valentine cookies for you all. Good job, Josh. You're doing a really good job.
Thank you.
This is what it looks like so far. And as you can see, it's still a little bit dry. It needs to be just a tad bit more doughy so that we can roll it out and use the cookie cutters. So I'm going to use a little bit of this milk just to get that just a little bit more wet, a little bit more moist. And I'm going to stir this in. I'm just going to put milk in a little tiny bit at a time. Just a little bit at a time, just till it's at the right texture where it's like a dough. Now, as you know, we mixed everything in this old vintage Tupperware bowl, but we're going to transfer it to this white bowl here. And the reason for that is with adding the food coloring, I just don't want the food coloring to stain my vintage Tupperware. So Josh and I are just going to put everything in this bowl here. I don't mind if food coloring gets on this. So that's what we'll do. Can you guys see okay? Sticky, isn't it, Josh?
Yeah.
You're doing a good job, Joshua.
Thank you.
If you need my help, just let me know. And our next step, well, I'm just going to move the camera up here so I can see you guys better. I'll move this over like that. Okay, is that better? All right, so Joshua has his food coloring. Can I give that to you, Josh?
Yep.
You want to show everybody the food coloring? Yep. And we also have other food coloring here. So Joshua, did you just want to use red food coloring or do you want to use other colors as well?
Just red.
Okay, so we're just going to use the red today. And of course we have extra food coloring for another day. There you go, that's good, Josh. That's a really nice red color, isn't it? And this is what it looks like now. And if you guys wanted to add extra food coloring to make it a little bit more red, that's fine too. We actually did that ourselves. We added just a few more drops just to make it a little bit more red. Make it a little more colorful. I'm going to use this parchment paper here to roll out this cookie dough rather than put this on my countertop with some flour. Actually, using parchment paper, I find using parchment paper makes for a lot easier cleanup. So I'm going to put this down on my counter and we'll get that part of the recipe started. Just putting a tad bit more flour on here, just because it's quite sticky. As you can see, it's quite sticky. Just a little bit. Just a little more flour. Just so you can knead it out a little bit. And one thing about this recipe is you don't have to reserve it for just Valentine cookies. This can be used for Christmas cookies or anything like that. Whatever you have cookie cutters, whatever themed cookie cutters you have, you can use this recipe and use whatever kind of food coloring you want. So at Christmas time you can make this and you can divide it into different bowls and add yellow to one bowl and green to another bowl and blue to another bowl, things like that, and it makes nice Christmas cookies when you get the dough all mixed in. So Joshua's cookies are all done, and I'm going to show you what they look like. They really turned out really nice. They look really good. Nice big ones, a lot of nice small ones. And those are going to taste great with coffee or tea or juice. And Joshua is going to taste test one of his cookies. The verdict is good, Josh?
Yep.
It's very good.
Yep.
Very good. The cookies are absolutely delicious. And Josh, you did a really good job.
Yeah.
A really good job. I had fun with you, Josh.
Yep, me too.
I had a lot of fun with this baking project with Joshua.
Yeah.
It's nice to do special things when there's a special occasion, especially like Valentine's Day. And oh, by the way, it takes about 15 minutes for those cookies to bake in the oven. Almost forgot to tell you. Well, you guys, I want to thank you for coming along and spending this time with my son Joshua and I. It was really great to have you just here with us and spending this time with us.
If you like this vlog, please give the YouTube thumbs up.
Or press the subscribe button, that would be great. And we have more vlogs to come, so stay tuned. And thank you all for joining us today. We had a great time. And happy Valentine's Day. Bye.
Bye.